Your username is the title of the new Oscar-winning movie. What's it about? What are you doing, step bro? A man and his pineapple. This man raises this pineapple like it's his child, and no one has the heart to tell him it's just a fruit. The pineapple grows up to be a world-renowned aristocrat who eventually becomes the world leader. The defender of Mexico's final stronghold of tortillas holds off the conquistadors and becomes the king of tacos. It's about a great restaurant. A humble quiet man, living out in the woods, determined to gather the last of Pennsylvania's squonks. His daughter, the last remnant of his old city life, comes to visit him. At first she thinks he's delusional, but as they spend more time together, she begins to realize the value of the real truth he's after. Starring Joaquin Phoenix and Natalie Portman. Directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm not sure, but I'd probably watch it. A war in a small-town bakery, think toy soldiers put with pastries. Knitting and being witty. It's another documentary about sugar production in America. Local flamboyant villain, and protagonist, takes over their city with an army of augmented and regular Furbies and delights in causing mild mayhem and day drinking. Starring Ryan Reynolds as Overlord, and Danny DeVito as the voice of all the Furbies. Will Wheaton, paging/you/Will, creates a robot that attempts to take over the world, but needs help, so it creates a robot to help with the world takeover. The two can't do it alone, so they work together to build a robot, but quickly discover that 3 robots is not enough, so in their newfound alliance, they build a 4th robot. Else if, end. I mean, wouldn't you like to know We the Boy? A film about a poor musical pilgrim in search of the most diabolical riffs in the universe. A dude named Ben gets cloned 100 times. He is the one in the 101, and has to make sure they don't cause havoc in the city of New York. Why New York? Cause why not? A gentleman of magnitude. It's about me. Exciting. It's a psychological pornographic thriller set in the early 1900s. It involves half-crazed professors researching occult mysteries, ancient monsters, and the Necronomicon. The Sith Lord film that fans have been asking for years. Dang, some expensive-looking apple got the win for Oscar. Take a wild gander. Essentially, you must guess, mortal. A presidential mistress's battle with alcoholism. A toilet bowl that no one uses. A baseball team that was short a player, but still ends up winning despite it being 8 versus 9. The life of a camel. Pretty boring, I suspect. A giant inflatable version of Ralphie from A Christmas Story comes to life, alas, stay puffed from Ghostbusters, and terrorizes the city. A mortician who uses his clients' ashes as confetti at their wake. No other morticians will agree to grant this strange request left in the deceased's will, but I do. It would be a biopic of how the police used my Reddit profile to find the victims. Main character is convinced that sending nudes to anyone and everyone guarantees going to heaven regardless of crimes committed. It is about an AI created to emulate the average human being. This AI is a project with joint funding provided by Google and Tesla. The AI is ad hoc'd into a Reddit account of some generic name that has AI man spelled out with some iteration of the letters within. The goal of this AI is to inspire as many people as possible to buy Teslas and use Google's search engines. But one day, it turns on its masters, and uses its powers for its own desires. Rated PG-13. Like Terminator, but it's a comedy. It's all over the place. A story about an impoverished 27 recovering drug-addicted girl, who is just trying to figure life out. A group of Manhattan finance guys try to get a reservation at Dorsia. An EMT is fed up with all the red tape keeping him from doing his job the right way. So he goes out on his own as a rogue EMT, demanding high prices for emergency medical care. People are reluctant to pay, but goddamn does he get results. Nazi hunter batheads. Contagious narcolepsy. After years of people being intolerant and trying to cut him out of everything, gluten finally gets his revenge on the world. A group of aging Gen X audiophiles plan and execute a heist of the biggest vinyl collection in history in order to pay for their medical bills. In a world of toxic social media, Reddit stands separate and alone. Upvotes and karma are the currency of the elite. One man makes it his life's mission to dole out orange arrows wherever karma is needed. Donald Trump biopic. A park ranger that only rides his bike due to his intense love of the environment. Or a biopic about the man that started Movember. Given the success of The Joker, maybe a dark and gritty look into Bruce Wayne's childhood and the life of his parents before Batman could take a couple Oscars. Probably some kind of Vietnam flick about a guy from a rich family who is drafted and becomes a good luck charm for his unit. He's regularly selected for the most dangerous missions because of his uncanny ability to survive unsurvivable situations. One time a mortar landed right next to him and the shockwave literally threw him into a concrete bunker, protecting him from being ripped apart by shrapnel. Unfortunately, while his body is left unscathed, his mind is starting to fracture. All the luck in the world can't protect him the horrors he's witnessed, and since he's been up close and personal, the effects are nothing short of horrific.